is the longest and deepest rail tunnel in the world. 57 kilometres through the Alps, literally through. It's called a base tunnel because it's at the base of the mountain. At its deepest point, there are more than 2 kilometres of rock above. It's so far down into the ground that the earth in there is hot. Without ventilation, the air temperature would be more than 40 degrees. Around the turn of the century, there were 2 devastating fires in road tunnels under those mountains, and the authorities here in Switzerland want to make sure that nothing like that can ever happen again. How they do that is fascinating. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to see the control centre that watches over the tunnel, and also visit one of the intervention centres with the firefighters and first responders that'll step in if the worst were to happen. And then I want to show you what I reckon is the most important bit of safety equipment. It isn't anywhere near the tunnel, and most people will probably never notice it. But before that, we start at the control centre, just over there.
In the Gotthard Base Tunnel, there are 6 freight trains and 2 passenger trains per hour per direction. This means that at the same time there are several trains inside the tunnel in both of the 2 tubes. The Gotthard Base Tunnel is divided into 3 thirds. If there is a disturbance in one of these thirds, the train can be diverted at one of the 2 changement points into the other tube to bypass the disturbed section. There are different sections to control the traffic. The signal box controls the track. The movement authority is given by the signal box and by the traffic controller. If there is a disturbance on one of the systems in the tunnel, then we have different possibilities. First of all, we get noticed by an alarm that there is a problem. They first of all try to fix the problem remotely. If this is not successful, they can send people on site to try to fix it.
This tunnel is actually a bit of a tourist attraction in itself. You can get driven in down a service tunnel on a guided tour and end up at this reinforced, windproof visitor's window with 8 centimetre thick glass, and watch the trains go by at anything up to 230 kilometres an hour.
Nerdgasm.
That was terrifying.
If a train has a technical problem, first of all the train driver tries to reboot the train system. If it's not successful, we have the firefighting train, which goes into the tunnel to tow out the broken train. In case of an incident in the tunnel, let's say a fire, we have 2 intervention centers, north and south. Intervention center means firefighting.
All right. Very, very interesting. Thank you.